Hello students, so this video is to help you with Google Docs. If you're not familiar with Google Docs before or Google Drive, it is a product that you get through a Gmail account. We all have access through a Gmail account through Maricopa Community Colleges. This is what my Google Drive for this course looks like, and it really is. It's just a place to do document sharing. If you don't have access to Microsoft Word, it allows you to create Word documents like this one with most of the capabilities. But it is completely, it gives you access to an online system. So we will use Google Drive to peer review each other's essays. So I want to kind of give an overview. So on the syllabus, right, when I go to the syllabus, which is actually a Google Doc, I've created it in that way so that it is a completely online document, but it looks like a Word document. When I go, I want to look at rough drafts. So, and bear with me, my internet is definitely being a little slow. So on the syllabus, you will notice that it's running slow. On the syllabus, you will notice if you're following along with me, you can, on April 3rd, or not April 3rd, on March 31st, you have a rough draft of paper number 1 due. What I want to do is to show you how to turn that in and how to use Google Docs. So it says rough draft 1 due by midnight, right? Post to Google Docs folder link provided under paper 1. So the first step is to find the Google Docs folder. And what I will do is I will go into the course modules and I see paper 1 module. And it says rough draft 1 Google Docs folder. And it will open up in a new window, hopefully. And if it doesn't, you can click on this. And so what this is a folder. Once it finally brings it up, this is a folder where you will drop your files into. Now, one of the things, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a file into there. I'm just going to drop any old file. You will have your paper. You will drop your paper 1 in there. I am going to drop just a random file in there. And I'm going to just drag and drop it. And it will tell me it uploaded this file. Great. So this is a document in Google Docs. Now, what I need you to do, so once you've uploaded your paper, you need to convert it most of the time. When we look at this file, it is a Word document for Google Docs. So I can look at it, but I can't do anything with it. So people can't peer review it. So they can't comment on it. And that's the reason why we're using Google Docs, is because it has an amazing commenting function. I can't do anything with this. So this is the W, right? The W icon that you see, it means it's a Word document for Google. There's no functionality here. So if I do the right click with the mouse, it'll say open with Google Docs. And once I do that, I can go back to the folder. It's working its way. Now it looks like a completely different document, right? Holy moly. I have all this functionality with it, and I can do things with it, so yay. So I will go back to the folder, and I will see this. I want you to delete the W1. Now that's only available. The other thing you need to do is you need to check out the sharing. Anyone with a link who has access. So this is a way to share the document. It needs to be accessible, And it should be because it's, you just need to check that out. It should say anyone with the link can edit. If not, you can go into advanced and you can set it up. Change, and you would say anyone with the link can edit. There's a pull down there. Okay. This gives the people in this class who have access to this folder editing capabilities with your paper, and that's what we need. We need to be able to comment on your paper because that's the peer review assignment. Okay. So once you've done that, you have uploaded your rough draft and it is in here. You want to definitely make sure that your name is on the paper because some of you will definitely be using your Google Drive account through Mesa Community College, and we know it's you because it's associated with your name. But some of you might be using a Gmail account. Maybe you have Google Drive through a Gmail and you'd rather use it. That's fine. I'm not requiring that you use your MCC account. But I need to be able to grade it, so your paper needs to make sure it has your name on it, okay? So that's the uploading part. The next thing I want to go over is the commenting through. So on April 3rd, you've uploaded your rough draft, and you're looking at ahead of the syllabus. Peer review 1 due by midnight. Follow the instructions for peer review on Canvas Module 1. Peer review 1 instructions. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back to modules. I'm going to go back to paper 1 module. And I'm going to scroll down. Peer review 1 instructions. And it should open in a new window. It's not. So I'm going to push it. And it does. And so right now, because you all aren't in the course, there will be a listing right here of a group of 3 that you are in. It'll have 3 students' names, right? Your job is to review, so it'll have, John Smith, Jane Doe, and Paul Pfeiffer, right? Those 3 are in a group. You all are to peer review each other's essays. Jane and John, Paul will review Jane and John, so he will review those 2 essays. Your job is to use these 10 questions, not to answer them, but to use them as guide to reading your essay, right? And I'm asking that you put comments on each other's essay using the Google Doc comments and thinking through these comments. So let's go to our sample essay, which is not an essay, but it's fine. I'm looking at one of my group mates' essays, and I'm looking at question 1. What are the strongest features of this draft? What makes them strong? Discuss specific examples. So I'm going to go back to this draft, and this is how I do comments. I will highlight a portion of the text, and again, the question I'm answering is what makes this draft strong? So I'm going to highlight, this says add a comment, this says add a comment. You can hit insert comments, where there are 3 ways that are easily get us to comments. And I am going to, or 4 ways actually, if you right click. So I'm going to add a comment. And again, it should have your name as who the reviewer you are. Hopefully your Gmail account or your Maricopa Community College Gmail account has your name associated with it, not your roommate's name, because I want to grade you as a peer reviewer. So I'm going to write, again, we're talking about the strongest, I really think the way you used bullet points here is strong, good work. And I hit comment. And that is one of the 10 comments I am required to put on this essay for peer review 1. And then I will do the same for my second part, okay? Say, for instance, only one person in your group uploaded your draft. You'll go back to the folder and everyone's essays will be in this folder. You'll go back to the folder and you'll pick anyone else's essays. Ideally, maybe it's somebody who doesn't have as many comments, okay? So when peer reviewing, your job is to go to the folder, find your 2 group mates' essays, open them up, right? look at the questions and then start commenting on them. 10 comments for each essay, okay? Those are the and this is how rough drafts and peer reviews in Google Docs works. The cool thing is that when you go to revise your essay, you will have an awesome document with all of these comments on the side from myself and your peers. Some of your peers might focus on grammar. I might not focus on grammar. And so your job is to look at this, and these comments will help you revise your essay, okay? So that is how to use Google Docs and Google Drive. Google has